I can't believe this is happening. Nathan, thank you for taking some time. Let me give you a quick intro. First of all, this is Nathan Randall, co owner of Central Screen Printing. He is a sales and marketing machine, and we recently met. Obviously, he's a customer of ours, but Nathan, thank you so much for taking some time to talk about that printer behind you.
Hey, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So let's get to know you just a little bit. How did you get started real quick as an apparel decorator? What was your kind of lead into this business? What's your story?
Okay, so Central Screen Printing was actually founded by my father and mother. They founded it in 1985. Over time, that has transitioned to me and my two brothers. I am the youngest of three. My oldest brother is the president. My middle brother runs the embroidery department, and I run sales for the company.
Outstanding. So on
Family
that,
business.
a family business and in Kentucky, correct?
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it. So second generation. Good job, man. That's super cool.
Thank
Well,
you.
we met
Thank you.
recently at the Impressions Expo in Long Beach, and we knew that you were our customer, but we were so thrilled that you came over and gave us a little chat about how the recent addition of the our printer, we call it the EZJET Pro, but the EZJET Pro DTF 24, it's a 24-inch wide printer. How you guys have recently brought that into your systems, and you told us an amazing story. And so I was like, Nathan, could we please record this? This is like too good.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about the process of doing some investigating, doing some searching, and then you
Okay.
settled in on the EasyJet Pro. What was that like?
All right. So baseline, Central Screen Printing, our core decoration types are screen printing and embroidery. We've been that way. We do that retail, we do contract, direct, all that type of stuff for that side. And over time, we got into the digital DTG machines that we've been using. It was more of a solution for us where let's just say if a customer bought a 6 color imprint and they wanted one more, we were just trying to find an affordable way to get that to them without impacting our schedule too much. So the digital side for us was always something that we thought of as just a solution to a problem, never really the main channel for what we were trying to sell. And so over time, we take some big orders for printing, and we had an order. It was a PO from a customer that included a very, very difficult to decorate hoodie, and the hoodie had fibers. It was almost like a rug material, and so this was a small part of a large PO, and we had to figure this part out. So when we brought this item in house, we tried everything that we could to screen print it. That was the main goal. There was 6,000 of these. We were definitely not trying to cut vinyl and weed it and press it. And we were on a time crunch. At the end of this, the items are coming from overseas, and we had a contract date. We had to get it out. So we had tested out different types of decoration material to get this job done. So first off, it had to be affordable because we were going to have to buy this stuff. We'd already charged the customer. We can't go back to do that again. So it had to be affordable, and it had to be something that we could get out fast. And so we were aware that of direct to film. We had actually taken our DTG machines and started printing film with
Oh,
those.
sure.
Um, to do that on that machine would have taken, we'd still be working on it. It'd be another calendar year before they got done. And so we were looking at this, and we had seen that these direct to film machines had come available. And so we've been a customer of yours already. So my oldest brother, the president, he had reached out to our sales rep and said, we're thinking about buying this. We're looking for a solution. And your sales rep sent us some film to test. And by the way, we had tried screen printing transfers. We had tried all types of things. So this was one of those other things that we had a bucket of things we were testing.
You were
We
trying it
brought the,
all. You were
we
looking
were
for a
trying it
perfect
all.
solution. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we were having meetings every morning, scrambling, testing, doing all type of stuff. We knew it had to go. So ultimately the film came in, we tested it, and it worked. And we were like, wow, that seemed too good to be true. We tested it again, it worked. And so ultimately, we made the decision that in order to get this machine, to get the order out, we were going to have to bite the bullet and go ahead and get into this. We thought we were wanting to get into it anyway, but this was the decision maker.
Right.
So when we purchased the machine, I have to give you guys some great credit for the customer service. When Josh, my brother, had reached out, they had they had done the deal very quickly. It would happen I think in a day, and within a week we had this machine here. We expressed the timeline that we were under to the rep. We got trained on it very quickly. That timeline from the time that we trained, we had a crew of, I'd say, approximately a dozen people throughout 2 shifts, 6 and 6 or so. We worked that machine. It started printing and it did not stop for approximately 9 to 11 days of complete printing. This is 6,000 hoodies with a full front and a full back. So we got that order completely printed. They pressed the order. The artwork had some fine details. All that worked out well. And so, long story short, the ability to get this thing in, run it as hard as we thought we could run it, and to get that order out was something that when I seen you at the show, I thought I have to tell them the positive experience, because not everything goes that way. And we get that, especially when you got something new and your team's getting into it, and another thing that I'd like to give a compliment about is the machine has been pretty easy to run. And we have some qualified folks here. I mean, very well trained people that do this job, but they hop right on the machine. They learned it very quickly. It wasn't a 2-week trying to figure things out type of process. Right. We jumped right in, started working on it, and it went as good as we could hope for.
Man, that sounds great. And of course it's a best case scenario. And you're right. We're not trying to hide anything. If you have a digital printer, eventually you're going to have to give it some love, a little kick, a little tweak, a little fix here or there. But it seems like it's been running like a champ for you since you've had it. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, we know nothing's perfect, like you said, and everything has maintenance. And the main thing for us is making sure that we're maintaining the machine the correct way. Lucky for us, our staff is good at that stuff. They're very regimented about doing it. And, we may have had one small tweak here and there, but, I think Devin, my manager out here, he's called customer service. We got something fixed instantly, and we've been right on printing just like we always been.
Love hearing that. Love hearing that. Well, anytime you have the experience with a tech team or a support team, it's great to hear that feedback. So fabulous.
Yep.
So let's wrap this up. I mean, Nathan, seriously, it seems like it's made a big difference. It made a big impact on your business. Is that true? Are you starting to see?
That is true. And so one of the main things for us is, like I had mentioned before, that digital side was always a solution. And what we're finding out now is it's not just a solution for us. It is a core channel of what we're doing here. It's allowing us to decorate products in different ways, hard to decorate products that maybe you can't get an embroidery hoop in, you can press it. We're finding out also that the cost of printing is pretty dang affordable. So, when we're still pricing things that are fair to our customers, our margins are pretty good. So we're happy with that. And ultimately, it's becoming more and more of what we're doing here, and we're happy with what we purchased.
I love hearing that. In our last time we were chatting, you were talking about how, you and I kind of grown up in this business. And so we might be what I call transfer snobs. Like, I don't want no transfer on my shirt. Come on now. So, but you said something about, hey, if you think transfers aren't cool, let me show you something. And what was it that you told me? I was trying to remember before we started.
Yeah. Being a sales guy, my main thing is when I go to sell somebody something, and I mentioned there's certain keywords that I think people have a negative concept of because of what's happened in the past. And so when we go to talk about transfers, I always say, I'm like, this isn't the old transfers that your grandma made a shirt for you when you were in kindergarten. She bought one at Walmart, ran it through the printer, and you had a big shield on your front. For us, it's one of those things is we've got to convey to them that this is a highly specialized type of decoration that feels high end. And, that's the way we're selling it. So we're like, this isn't the old school transfers. This is definitely a new cool way to do it.
I love that. Yeah, you were saying to me, hey, listen, if you don't love it, give me your address. I'll ship you one.
Yeah. And the thing is too, I think it feels super high end on the shirts. We have a lot of really nice product that comes through our building, just like the shirt that I'm wearing here. We chose to embroider this. This is something we made, but when you have something that's really nice and soft, most of the time it's pretty thin. And to have the backing of embroidery on that, it almost defeats the purpose of buying that nice shirt. So you get into something like this. This is one of those avenues where it's creative, but it's also comfortable.
Great point. I agree 100% with that. Yeah, we've noticed a lot of, with the fine detail, maybe with a gradient or some sort of a fade, you've got limited choices when it comes to that on embroidery. But with the digital printer and a transfer that's high end,
you do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Well, listen,
Yep.
Nathan, you nailed it. You were so gracious with your time. Thank you. Looks like you've got a great shot back there. Let me see a little shot. You're hiding that printer right there. It looks
There
like
you go.
there it is. Look at that. Still clean, man. You guys keep that clean. Good for
That's
you.
fine. Yep.
Listen, Nathan, I'll let you get back to life. I know you're busy, but seriously, it means so much to us. So if folks want to reach out to you, what's the best way? You online? Where can somebody find you if they want to just check in and say, hey, or maybe they're looking for transfers. You never know.
You never know. So centralscreenprinting.com is our website. From there, you'll find our phone number. We'd be happy to produce some stuff for you or answer any questions you have.
Awesome. Nathan Randall, Central Screen Printing in Kentucky. You've been a super advocate for us. We appreciate you recording this with me today. Take care, my friend, until we see each other at an upcoming show, okay?
All right. Thank you, Jay.
All right. Talk to you soon, man.